Welcome to Test Chamber, everyone. I'm Andrew Reiner. Today, I'm mad as hell. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're playing Gears of War for the very first hour of gameplay. I got Brian Shea with me. He's on the sticks. Hello, sir.
Hey, everyone.
So this is the very beginning of the game, picking up after Gears of War 3.
Humbled by the presence of two generations of men and women.
We'll let you people soak this in.
It's a lot brighter.
Who fought
HDR.
the that made us what we are,
Also, there's color.
including the most pivotal
It's different, right?
encounter of the
It's not just brown and gray.
Ashbow Fields.
Oh, who could forget?
Santiago! I'll spare you the inspirational speech, Private. You know what to do. Yes, sir. All right, let's do this.
So obviously, graphically looks a lot better, but what they've done here, the new developer, the Coalition, very clever in this prologue. We're going to walk through various wars very quickly, but the scale and scope, they really kind of minimalize it in this one 2 years before E-Day. Trying to kind of deliver that feeling of maybe the first Gears of War game a little bit. Obviously, this stuff predates that, but it does feel like you're kind of going through the series as you go through these 3 playable campaigns.
So you actually play through
A bit of it, yep.
some of these wars.
Moving gears. We're only going to get one shot to extract those plans. Once we take down the comm towers, this entire base is cut off.
Okay.
That's back button. It shows you what goes on. My reviews on the site, I gave it a 9.25 out of 10. Loved it. Really had a good time. The Coalition takes a lot of chances early on, but without spoiling anything, it definitely ends up feeling kind of like a reunion game. And I won't go into that specifically. You know, we know Marcus returns, but there's gameplay things, universe things, character things that really kind of come back full circle to Gears of War, kind of like a new Gears of War 1. And that's not a bad thing, mind you. They do some fun things. There's some cheesy things that bring us back full circle, but I really had a good time with this campaign, and a lot of it comes from the snappy pacing, excellent firefights, great enemy designs, new weapons really being fun to use, and them just having some fun diversionary moments and big set piece moments. So that's kind of a short take on the campaign, but again, I don't want to give away too much. In this test chamber, you'll probably see all the way through the first act, maybe up to Marcus's reveal, but we'll see. We'll see how Brian does here. We're playing on normal difficulty.
We are.
And Brian, this is one of your favorite series.
I love
Tell
this
me
series.
why. Hey, Red Barrel.
Well, they took care of that for me.
Great teammate AI. Should point that out. They do kill a lot of guys.
So I just like the shooting mechanics a lot. The story is always fun to follow. It's not like a super deep or meaningful story by any means, but like it's always really fun to see what happens next. For a while there, I got like really into like reading up on like some of the lore and like reading through like the Gears wiki and like figuring out like all like the backstories of all these, because I've never read like the novels or anything.
Well, you should do that instead of going to the wiki. It's just summarizing the novels.
All right, so here we go. Let's cut the charge. Oh, we're planting the charge.
Our match is lit. Roger that.
It's not a match. It's a bomb.
Fire in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, man. So, a lot of awesome visuals in this game. But as you can see, right now you're just taking on ground troops. They're keeping it very, very simple in this very first moment. Part of that's tutorial. They space it out throughout all the prologue, all the different chapters of the prologue. But at the same time, I think they handle it a lot better than most developers do. It's not just one action after another. They let you play the game and then introduce something else. You just want to sprint up there.
Yeah,
Take cover when you can.
That's a turret, isn't it?
Sure is.
Oh boy.
So other things we'll go into, we're not going to show Horde mode or Versus, but both are very good. You know, I'm not the big Gears of War esports guy. You know, I play it. I like the Versus stuff. I felt with 60 frames a second, that's something that Coalition was shooting for. Versus feels more responsive than the campaign, which is 30 frames. But both play very well. The new modes are cool. Dodgeball, I won't go into what that is, but look that up. It's super cool. And then the other new one, Arms Race, I love.
Yeah, I love the concepts behind both of those.
In Arms Race, basically what happens is you have 2 teams, 5 people on each, and you all start out, both teams start out with the same weapon. And in that, the first team collectively, every player on that team to get like 3 kills brings up a new weapon. So the goal of the game is to get all the way through all the weapons to win the match. And it really does push you to use, if you're not a sniper player, you're going to have to learn how to be one in this if you want to help your team. Because you're just going to be stuck with the Ember at some point, which is one of the new weapons, which we'll see in action here very shortly. But that mode is a lot of fun. I thought the maps were really cool. Really long sight lines everywhere. Lots of cover, too. Kind of like this here. That's a good example of your typical versus Battlefield. What it looks like is, yes, you can move across it, but be careful, because a lot of times snipers can pick you off from anywhere.
Yeah, that M-bar is crazy powerful.
It's a tough weapon to use.
Well, it's a scopeless sniper rifle.
With a charge on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll show that off once Brian gets into the campaign proper.
Push him back.
Nice.
There we go.
Attaboy. There's a explosive barrel right there too, so be careful.
Let's just take care of that right now. Bah! It's the noise I make when I get shot in the head. I'm such like a fanatic about picking up ammo. Like,
Yeah,
I never
always
want
make
to be like unprepared for a battle.
I love they tell you like, nope, you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a guy on a turret, so
That
be
sure
careful.
looks like it.
This is one you do not escape. You got to figure out how to take him down. Those are your guys?
All right. I was trying to
Too
line
far
up for
out.
a shot there, but
Nice roll. The combat mechanics, typical Gears. This
there you
here
go.
is your typical example of what you do through the entire game. And that's not a bad thing, mind you. That's just the heart of Gears of War, what makes it so much fun. Their mechanics are spot on, and the Coalition nailed it in this game.
show.
And they, it's led by, the Coalition's led by Rod Ferguson, who worked on the Gears titles at Epic. Also went on to work on BioShock for a spell, BioShock Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of landed that game with Ken Levine. And
He's been around
team-
the block.
yeah, the team is described as basically comprised of big Gears of War fans. People that love this series, wanted to make the best Gears they could. And I'd say this is the most fun I've had with the series. But I guess, when Horde mode was introduced, that was such a game changer, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's a mode so many other franchises have copied.
Yeah, so probably since then, since the introduction of Horde mode, I haven't had this much fun with Gears. And that's just because this campaign is really well done.
I love that the crunchy guitar still remains
it's
when
back.
you beat a battle.
Yep, that one chord.
Okay, so I guess I have the security codes
Yep.
again.
And it still does some of your typical things of having to stream new environments, and there'll be these little moments where you open doors, or you have to lift up some debris or cut through a log. That stuff's repeated pretty heavily.
So his name's Bruce. It's not Jack.
If we're not out in 10 minutes, abort mission and get
Yeah,
the hell out of here.
some stuff on your face. Here's a napkin.
Time to meet our new friends. Right behind you, Major.
And, the big boots, the shoulder pads, the torso armor, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, do I get to use this now?
Get used to turrets. They're a lot of fun. They overheat. Hit that one right there. Boom.
Oh.
Destroyed beauty.
Is there a lot of moments like that where you can kind of change the landscape of
No.
the... Okay, because I know that
Well,
was a big thing for
There is
like the weather. could
Yeah,
do that.
when there's the weather, you can send loose objects flying, basically, in the wind. But outside of the weather, no. And I don't want to go too much into... I really hate spoiling stuff for people, just mentioning what kind of gameplay there is as diversionary stuff. But there's some really cool, side stuff that's kind of thrown in to change up the pacing and give you a breather from the action. They also do a
boy.
good job throughout the entire game of introducing new enemy types at the right time. So it feels like the challenge is always staying fresh or doing different combinations of them. And Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow.
Really, really cool.
Grenade.
And multiplayer has some pretty good longevity tied to it with, leveling up. You level up. You collect cards now. For Halo players, don't worry. It's they don't disappear. They're not one-time use. All the cards stick around. They range from skins, weapons, skins, different characters you can get. I got like Zombie Dom. There's other things, XP bonuses, which are kind of bounties, they're called, which you can apply one to your character at any given time, and there'll be something like if you play Horde mode, you can get a $10,000 or 10,000 XP bonus for completing 20 waves of Horde, something like that, right?
Okay.
And then I guess most of all these cards are kind of tied to Horde mode, but there's also like the skill-based ones that are based on class. They're class skill cards. So if you're playing a mechanic, you might get something that gives you, faster repair or for your barriers or cheaper barrier building. And if you're a sniper, maybe better headshot damage, so you can take down enemies
But
quicker.
just for Horde mode.
Yes.
And that doesn't affect competitive multiplayer.
No, but the characters do.
Okay,
Like
but that's not going
unlockable
to give you like a
characters and
performance
skins.
boost or anything.
No. Unlockable characters and skins are all through verses. So the cards do apply to both, but kind of the ones that affect your skills and performance, that's just Horde.
Okay. I'm down with that then.
Yeah, they're not trying to make it unbalanced in any capacity because that would totally ruin the game. Okay, so here's phase 2. It gets a little bigger
Now it's
in
Emergence
scope.
Day.
Yep. This is kind of day 1 of what the hell are these things? Oh, man. That was the van from 2012. John Cusack movie. If you didn't see that, ignore it. If you did, have a laugh.
Did enjoy the reference that 5 people will get.
It wasn't that bad of a movie. Speaking of movies, Gears of War is going to be a movie.
It is, yeah. They kind of hinted at that. I mean, it's been talked about since 2009, 2010?
Yeah, actually, funny thing you mentioned that. I ran into Mark Rain at Epic's booth at E3, or just walking around E3. He was carrying a black envelope that was the Gears of War script. And he was going to a meeting with some company to discuss the movie.
Really?
And he was super excited about it, yeah. But obviously it went into development hell, never saw the light of day. But it's such a cool property. It's going to happen, right? Like Halo's going to happen eventually, too.
I hope
so. You missed the dialogue. You want to go to the van there to get a bigger weapon. Guess which weapon you're going to get?
Hammer of Dawn?
That's right. Careful.
Ah!
Tap, 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 tap. AI is very good about picking you up. So there we go.
Wasn't it the first one they wouldn't pick you up? Like if you went down, they
first or
you were
second,
just down.
yeah.
Oh,
I think the first one, yeah.
Melt.
Careful. Roll, get behind cover. Whew, that's not cover.
Kind of is.
That's cover. And
Just like this weapon, all right?
I'm going to bring back GamePro's pro tips here. I would go up to your right where those guys are. All the way up there. Like up those stairs like Rocky. Just get your butt up there. Yeah. Because they're all going to come from down there.
You've played this a couple times.
I kid you not. I think I've played this intro 8 times. It's not done. Now careful. Okay, get them. Hammered on them. I mean, you could switch if you wanted to.
This is so much better, though.
Yeah, why would you not do this? It's super fun. This is on a cooldown again. Poor pickup.
Oh, boy.
I always wondered who made his helmet.
Yeah.
Like, did he make it himself? Like, I need one of these?
I mean, he has a lot of arms. He probably could.
Wait for it.
He's not melting.
Here, wait.
Whoa.
Would you eat that?
No.
Kind of looks like a crab leg.
It does, but it's also like a bug, right? They're called locusts.
You're it.
Colonel, we need to get inside. now.
I've got the code for the door, Colonel.
Well, good for you.
1 1 1 1
No, it's always 0 0 0 0.
Hold these stairs with that hammer.
pound.
I'll be back when I can.
You mean hashtag?
Yep. Do you think kids say that when they hit the phones now?
I almost can guarantee that actually.
God.
All right, you heard the corporal. Don't let him inside.
Because now they, like, if you do like an automated thing, like they say the pound or hash
hammered
mark.
on their asses.
Really?
Or you could do that.
I like the mulcher.
Yeah, I love you set them up on the... Well, hammer down would kill these guys in one hit, by the way. You got some... There's 4 heavies coming. All right, dude.
For what this gun is, though, isn't the mulcher the greatest name of all time?
Yes. Well, boomers are great.
Listen near the door.
Yeah, but it's...
And they say boom, Brian.
Uh-oh. Now I need that hammer at dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, would you eat that?
No.
I wouldn't eat that.
Uh-oh.
So things to talk about when we get to the campaign. Again, the coalition really puts their own fingerprint on what we're going to see here. They're going through the series' history to transition to something new. All along, Microsoft and the coalition have said, this is a new saga, new characters, new weapons, new vehicles, new blah, blah, blah. And new enemies, new everything, right? And you're going to see that front and center, and I think it's a great thing. I think they did a hell of a job with the new characters. The writing is superb. Yeah, I'm all on board with this.
Uh-oh.
But then it shifts, and it kind of comes full circle.
You really rides in pain for a little bit
for
there.
Would you ride one of those?
Maybe.
I would be more. I would eat it.
Why? 'Cause it looks like an octopus almost?
Yeah, before I'd ride it.
Hundreds of thousands
They don't look too appetizing.
One bite.
had earned its
One bite?
Mhm.
Okay.
Like many of you, I was only a child then. It was a dark, terrible time. And our victory was in no way assured.
All right, here's the final piece of
boy.
the prologue. Look how cool that is.
Just looks like hell.
What do you say? Go Cubbies?
I think that's it. They just said, go Cubbies.
I know your medics.
Everyone's
Everyone on that
they're
wall.
on different sides of different reasons they want to take over the world, but everybody's a Cubs fan.
They get together whenever the Cubs are on, and they eat food and watch the Cubs.
Up the ladder is over to your right.
Where the hell am I?
There you go. Listen to this voice actor. It's wonderful.
I just one arm it.
Here.
Chainsaw your way out and get on that wall.
Ha!
Yeah. Now we have chainsaws on our guns.
I want her to have a game. I want a whole game with her.
We gotta clear this wall.
Kill him! Chainsaw!
Oh,
You
I-
got a chainsaw!
Didn't even realize that was there.
Oh my gosh. You just murdered that guy too.
Well, I thought we were still in our compound, so I was like, oh, these guys are allies, obviously.
Hey, the best character in games, Red Barrel's down there.
I'm going to switch over to my... There we go.
You got red barrels everywhere.
Who's storing all these red barrels out there?
Come on!
It's good. I also often wonder that. Why
What are
they
in
aren't-
these red barrels?
Coke? Diet Coke?
Oh, I thought you meant like cocaine. I was like,
No, that's not explosive.
Oh, but yeah, Coca-Cola, and you're shooting Mentos at them, but it's Diet Coke.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's probably nothing.
All right, take out these guys.
Not on this
carefully.
guy. Or am I the same guy? Did my guy just move without me touching him?
No, you're still the same guy.
Come on, kids. Knock him down.
I think you blinked and you moved.
Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Probably.
You're doing well, though.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
You spoke way too soon.
See, we can't talk like that on Test Chamber. It always happens.
Well, I
did
tried
it-
to jump to that one, and then I rolled right past it.
I was playing Mafia, and I was like, yeah, this car controls really well, and then I just slammed into a wall. And Jeff just cackled through the rest of the episode for 45 minutes.
Oh, there's a guy with a sniper up there.
And we'll
Oh, no,
field
you-
some of the questions or some of the comments in the YouTube feed right now. That will be here. We're looking into the crystal ball. Will these guys please shut the hell up?
No.
Nope. This is our show. You can record your own video without audio if you would like. Thank you very much.
We got this side.
Also, this looks great. Yes, this does look great. And first, thank you for being the first person to comment. And second, that joke died 6 years ago.
And then the second guy who wrote first, no, you weren't first.
And these guys are not funny. That is true. We are not trying to be funny. We are trying to inform you about Gears of War. Ha! You got called numbnuts.
It's a great insult.
What does that mean?
It means your nuts are numb.
Huh.
Which probably isn't a good thing. You probably go see a doctor.
I mean, it'd be slightly unpleasant, but
Also, if
I
you,
can think of worse things to happen down there.
I mean, it's better than pained nuts.
Yeah, so it's a subtle insult.
I mean, if you're in a fight, that's a really big advantage, probably.
You're gonna die. You are red as hell.
Holy crap. Well, what am I supposed to do here?
Just keep shooting. Look up on the horizon.
Oh, that's... What is this, inside? Or not inside, Limbo? Looks like the spider from Limbo,
Wait,
doesn't it?
here it is. Gandalf.
Oh.
Anakin destroyed the control ship, and they all fell.
All the droids fall.
Led by Marcus Phoenix, finally ended our locust nightmare.
What about Brumac meat?
Brumac meat's probably pretty tasty.
Like
Like,
a-
as long as there's no bullets in it.
Yeah, it'd probably be pretty chewy.
Dearly, I wish Sergeant Phoenix
Yeah, it's probably a pretty
could be with
gamey
us
meat.
here today.
Yeah.
Stop
Good in
and
stew.
think about the men and women
That'd be
whose
great.
sacrifices guaranteed
Good Brumac
our
stew.
survival. Thanks to them, we fought through the long twilight. We built a new prosperity. The world the new cog has ensured knows no war, no suffering. It's a world of safety. Of
Some good
value,
facial details there.
a world
World of Safety, but we're going to build a lot of evil robots. So Professor X. Crossover
I
with
love
X-Men.
crossovers.
And here's the Evil Dead crossover. Now here's where the game begins in earnest.
Who is it?
Hey, you coming?
Just give me a sec.
Nathan Drake.
For a butterfly?
Yeah, look. You know how this little guy starts out?
Trying to stay alive.
True. But if it survives, and most don't, it finds a way to change. The little larva becomes a chrysalis. Inside, it destroys and rebuilds itself, changing its color, its shape. It gets wings, claws. It slashes its way out of its cage, and then it's new and beautiful.
You shouldn't have come.
Save your breath, JD. That one, she's a mother's daughter.
She really is.
I really am.
The writing's pretty good, by the way. There's some good humor in this.
We used to protect cog settlements. Now we're about to raid one. Is that ironic?
Technically, no.
Raiding is what outsiders do. Until you two showed up. Now, boring.
Better bored than dead, old man.
There's a difference.
Nice.
No alarm. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're not gonna be bored. Dead, on the other hand.
That's not the security alarm.
So here you go. Here's some of your weather.
We can take cover inside the settlement.
I love the weather stuff.
All of you, go!
So the voices are Jimmy Smits is the older guy there.
Bail Organa.
Or he was in Dexter season 3, Sons of Anarchy.
Doesn't matter. He's in Star Wars. That's all that matters.
Liam McIntyre is the blonde guy you see there, JD Phoenix. He
Spartacus.
was Spartacus seasons 3 and 4.
Spartacus Part 2.
And then Laura Bailey from insert any one of her like 600 games.
She's amazing.
And then Eugene Bird, who you might not know, he had like a small role in I think the final season of True Blood. And yeah, he's Dell, the other guy in the group.
Ow! What a beginning, right?
That's a great beginning.
That's great. Whoa! Power sliding with the horses. Look at those things.
Ah, the weather looks great.
Yeah. So now it's like, whoa! Holy hell! So you saw how the series kind of evolved there in terms of scale of war. They really kind of amplified it from 1 to 2 to 3 in their prologue. And now we see the new face of the series. Not only JD, but, you know, after the emulsion was whatever the countermeasure that they unleashed to take out the Lambits and Locusts. A side effect is these storms coming in, right? Like, the world is really kind of torn by these things. Over there, the orange. Right there. So that's your kind of your identifier for environmental interaction, the color orange, which is a little strange, but it works.
I love how the wind slows your momentum down.
So these are one-hit kills if you get hit
directly by beam. So you can kind of walk through the electricity. You'll get hurt a little bit. But you'll see these storms quite a bit, but they're a very small part of this game. And that's how they died, and now Marcus's turn.
All right, the game's over.
Dum, dum, dum. I think you might... No, we're not going to get to the big reveal. We're not going to get to Marcus, unfortunately.
Everyone okay? They still has her hat? Good.
That horse is awesome.
Yeah.
Here, okay?
He's got a goatee.
Why don't our like real life horses look like that?
Too intimidating.
Wow.
So runaways. These big cog walls make you feel a little homesick. Wow.
If you ask me what a horse looks like in Gears of War, I'd probably say that.
We don't need you, right? Reiner told Dell and me to do this, not you.
Sorry, smart guy. Where she goes, I go.
I don't need a babysitter, Uncle.
Then call me a chaperone.
Why'd I call you hungover?
Oh, you got some chuff, boy, don't you?
Uncle, you're obviously hungover.
Actually, I'm still a little drunk.
I love him. What did you say? You were asking something?
I was just
Something
saying
about
like,
a horse.
If you asked me what a horse would look like in the Gears of War universe, that's probably it.
I'd say it had shoulder pads and boots.
And a chainsaw attached to it.
Cog settlements are built from the inside out, which means the fabricators in the construction hub at the center of town. We grab it, we leave.
You can count on a lot of security DBs in there.
There hasn't been an outsider raid in 6 months. We'll have the element of surprise.
You can't surprise the robots, my guy.
We used to command DBs, remember?
Oh, yeah. Like a settlement, too.
Hey, that wasn't their fault.
You got bigger problems than stubbornness, young one.
So you heard about them raiding the settlement, all that stuff, raiding the city here, the Cog City. It has kind of a Robin Hood vibe at the beginning here, where there's people living on the outskirts. They need to steal from these big establishments. They don't like what the government's doing, blah, blah, blah. And here we're going to be going to get a fabricator, a cool device that's plays a big role in horde mode, and we'll show you what that is here in a second.
And already they're building up the outer ring.
Well, they're not worried about raids, so it probably speeds things up.
I should point out, horde mode is a part of the campaign.
Oh, yeah?
you do horde mode levels.
Doesn't see us.
It's not 50 waves though, right?
No. Just like
That'd
3
be
or 4.
crazy.
Very intense waves, though. It's good fun.
No, the deeper we go towards the center, the more deep.
Do some running vault.
Which is exactly why Dell and I should be doing this.
Shh, get out of my way, AI.
Best light in the game right here.
I did 15
Just bask in
years
it.
of COG.
Look at that. Wow. Okay, go.
Maybe I'd
Wow.
like to discuss with Jin this so-called war you say she was looking to start.
Or our other option, not getting caught.
That's pretty cool. We need a piston room here.
Because we're going back up.
I've been saying that since I joined.
2 ladders. Everybody wants one.
Hey, whoever says like we need 2 ladders side by side.
Co-op designers.
Oh.
So yeah, the whole campaign can be played cooperatively,
And locally, right?
and local and online. So yes, the whole game has split screen. You can do horde mode split screen.
Was Titanfall?
It's actually Bumblebee from the Transformers making
Oh.
his cameo.
That's great. Lots of crossovers here. Professor X, Transformers.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got all these licenses. Kind of like Ed Boon and NetherRealm getting all the horror characters for their Mortal Kombat games. These guys just included all the robots and
Ooh.
cool sci-fi people they could.
Let's see some new details about that. Gotta hold it.
Yeah, there you go.
A safer future for all.
There's got to be kids on the development team. Children of developers. Not that they employ children to make games.
Especially games like this.
Shit.
I really like JD, and I made the joke about
Let me handle this.
Nathan Drake, but that's kind of who he's more like.
And it works in this from what I've
it's
seen
great.
anyway.
Yep.
Citizen, you are not authorized.
No citizens here.
Really?
What? Citizen implies we claim allegiance to a centralized authority. I think of myself as part of an anarcho collective.
Citizen, your act of violence has been noted.
All right. Guess we're doing this the old-fashioned.
So we have DBs, new enemies, robotic foes,
Oh.
part of the COG, and they bring a whole new dynamic to the game. You'll see that they can take cover just like the Locust could, and
that
you
guy.
can. But there's one over there crouching, but you will start seeing how they change up the play with the other forces that they bring out here.
Great. So they know we're here. Smart guy.
And all these cars here, by the way, have ammo. So if you go inside of it,
We fight our
where
way
she
to
is,
Blocking
just
my
grab it right
ammo.
there. Yeah, it's always right there.
That's nice to have like a spot you know you'll have ammo. So I like the Enforcer. That's one of the new weapons that I just picked up here. It's just like a super rapid fire
Yep.
SMG.
There's your door. I like it when it has a hand or a boot. Like you know it's going to happen. Or a chainsaw. Bumblebee. Busy guy.
So take cover.
And then X. Push forward.
Come on.
Push forward.
There we
you
go. Oh.
Executing a robot, apparently.
I mean, how else do you take care of robots?
Slit their throats, because they have those. Heart stabs, you know.
Jeez. Yeah, the Enforcers are pretty rapid fire.
Yeah, we should be getting an Ember here pretty quick. I love the way they explode, too. The little smoke.
Well, that's what they were saying. I interviewed them before, and they said that they wanted the big challenge was because like Gears of War, one of the big things is like how satisfying a headshot feels, and like how like visceral it feels to just tear through flesh. So they had to make it like as satisfying to destroy a robot as it is to destroy like a Locust. And I
Here
think
we
they've
go.
done it. Like it feels really satisfying. Oh, these
Guys are awesome. A little bit more menacing than a Droideka. They detonate, and they leave kind of this shock field around them that can hurt you. It's progressive damage. Kind of area attacks.
Oh, he got me. So now I'm stunned.
Kick it.
Yeah.
Shoot it. He's not done.
So, runaways, what's it like being on the other side of these bots? You miss your old friends?
We're in a firefight. Please shut up. That's what I always like about comic books. When you're reading action scenes, they want to have dialogue. So there's just like two characters like fighting through it, but at the same time having just the deepest, longest conversation possible. Oh man, if you had a rocket right now.
They just say
Grenade?
non-lethal
No, you're not
force. Pretty sure they're shooting SMGs at me right now.
Or did they say lethal force?
I don't know.
Apply lethal force.
Oh.
Yeah, authorized to use lethal force. Remember the battle in front of door 3? No, this is just crazy.
It's going to stick with me for the rest of my time with this franchise.
Yeah, it's top 10 moment of the year.
All right, that's all of them. Anyone see
And
way
the
out of here?
guitar, you always hear that guitar chord. That means battle's over and you can relax. I like that touch.
Hold up. Let me think for a second.
Oh, puzzles?
And that's something
Oh,
that began
no.
with Gears 1, right?
No puzzles.
The guitar chord?
Yeah, the guitar chord's been around.
But you can see how colorful this world is at this point, right? Like, they really tried to make it veer away from what they called destroyed beauty. And they definitely have its own vibe. The one thing they said they wanted to go for was early on was more bring back the horror aspect of Gears of War from Gears of War 1, right? That was
Well, you
kind
can
of lost.
see it right now.
I mean, yeah, it's Freddy Krueger's going to come out of here at any second.
Oh, geez.
I love these trams.
I dove for cover there.
But well, no, you won't see it in this one. I think there's 2 levels here in this act, 2 or 3. But we'll go into a base. We'll show that. We got about 20 some minutes left. You might make it. We'll see. If we make it, we'll go along. We'll show that.
Oh, geez. Get away from me.
Because there's, this isn't the main threat in the game. This is not a spoiler. They've talked about this since the outset. The swarm.
Yeah, they talked about the swarm before they talked about the DBs.
Correct.
The DBs were just revealed recently.
It's probably a smart move. I think Gears fans would have freaked out. Like,
we're fighting robots.
taking robots now. But it works. I'll tell you. I did not feel like I was being gypped of something cool by taking on robots. Like, they're menacing. They can be a pain in the butt, and they're fun to kill.
They're smart too. It's not like they're just like they're flanking me and finding good cover.
And wonder if you're going to go all the way to door 1. I never paid attention here.
Probably.
Yeah! Oh, you blew it.
Should have executed him.
Yep.
Well, there's a guy right there.
There's an achievement for that, by the way. Oh, the reason I'm mad as hell. My achievements stopped working when I was reviewing Forza. All my achievements on Xbox One. So I only got 50 achievements in Forza. I have 0 in Gears of War. I have 0 in Mafia 3.
Well,
I don't know what's wrong. I've done everything anybody's told me to, like hard reboot, unplug it for 15 seconds or minutes. Everything you can think of, like reinstall like your profile, do the firmware again. I've done all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of issues with my Xbox One, but I've never had that problem.
And this is the thing. Like, I love achievements. I like trophies a lot. I'm more of an achievement guy. I have close to 300,000 gamer score. I really wanted to get there, but not going to happen, I don't think. I think I'm done getting achievements until Microsoft has some kind of fix for me, it appears. And, oh, man. If there's a day where they all pop.
You're just sitting there for
It'd be
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would love it. But anyway, that's why I'm mad as hell. Rip Xbox One. It's over. You can play this on PC. I should play it on PC.
You'll get achievements there.
Maybe.
Yeah, what if it's your account? What if they banned you?
It could be.
I got achievements.
I know you were just doing co-op with me. You got achievements, so you could play anywhere. You know that whole thing that they're saying. Play it on PC, play against people on Xbox One, blah blah blah. Also, if you have a Slim, you know it does some HDR 4K support. I have a really nice 4K TV at home, and it looks a lot better than I thought it would. It's beautiful. Like Forza,
They bring a tear to your eye.
I mean, Forza you can tell a little bit with the colors and all that in HDR. But Gears, I really thought looked truly stunning in 4K.
Especially, I mean, it's a lot more colorful. Like we've talked about this a couple times, but like, look at this.
Yeah, it doesn't.
This does
it looks
not look like a Gears of War setting.
It's like a Final Fantasy set.
All the raids stopped at my mother's order. This is a lot of security.
What, you're not having fun?
Okay.
Oh,
let's
just look at the
look
broken
around
leaf
and see if
graphic.
we can find a way through.
We found a mistake. They got to patch this. Look down. Kind of back up. Back up. Oh, they're floating.
Oh no.
Well, I can't get a refund on this, but if you see that, get your refund. It's broken. Okay, where are you going?
I don't know. I got distracted by the broken leaf graphic. They're all just kind of waiting around for me now.
There should be a door somewhere. Yeah, go over there, maybe. Yeah.
Let's go through the maternity annex.
We have to.
What? What is it?
Just all the baby stuff.
You got an issue with babies?
Yeah, look at the posters.
I have an issue with being told I need to have one.
You're going to see those posters everywhere. They made like 3 of them. Yeah, screw it.
Just like Overwatch where I can blast through the... Yeah.
Like Overwatch is the first game to ever do that?
No, but it's like the most recent best example. Like whenever I'm waiting for the lobby to open, I
I
always
love
am
that.
tearing things
Playing
apart.
basketball.
Do I sign up?
Ew.
So you can look around, find stuff, but we're trying to get through this.
Yeah.
Old school computers. 486s.
There's the construction hub. They're following regs, and they always follow regs. Right? Fabricators inside.
And that maintenance access is our way in.
All right. So what do you think so far, Brian?
It plays just like Gears, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
But interesting campaign?
Yeah, I mean, this is very different from what we've had before, despite all like the mainstay sound effects and all the like the typical trappings of, you know, waist-high walls everywhere. I think that it's definitely, at least what I've seen so far, a step in like a better, more interesting direction.
Now I want to say Marcus, this is Marcus's best game, but he is so good in this. Like he's had some great moments in the past, right? Like he's been a really kind of fun character to follow. But wow, his interaction with his son here is really fun.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say shades of like Indy and his dad and Indiana Jones Last Crusade. It's not that level of funny, but he definitely has a different look on life and way to approach things than his son.
I mean, I guess John DiMaggio is like the Sean Connery of voice acting in video games.
He's also Bender.
Jeez, I tried to kick him and it wasn't doing
Futurama.
anything.
I was
And
at a
Jake the Dog in Adventure Time.
I was at a lunch with him, and he did skits just on his own without anybody asking, where he would slide between Bender from Futurama and Marcus Phoenix.
Oh, he's hilarious.
And
too.
I mean, like, full on, like, fully developed little stories he's making up about stuff that we're talking about. And it's like, wow, he never turns it off. But really funny guy, really nice guy too.
I recommend everybody to go watch the panel they did at San Diego Comic-Con with the voice cast. Basically, they all traded voices. Like Laura Bailey voiced Marcus Phoenix, so she had like the deep grizzled voice that she tried to do, and Liam McIntyre did Dell's voice. It was a really funny scene. They just read a script from Gears of War 4.
All right, I think up we go. Or is it? Oh, no, it's that door over there. Yeah. You got one more big. This is a big fight, by the way. I love this build up with them just marching forward.
That's not going to last.
Like The Last of Us. Or not Last of Us, the Right Stuff.
Just like The Last of Us.
Just like that moment where all those giraffes march forward. So you saw that area effect there.
I could really use some
electricity.
ammo.
Oh yeah, you're doing okay.
I don't like using the pistols in this
I
game.
barely used it. Use it in Arms Race. Not this one, but different things. God, that feels good.
Does. It's just everything about like the shooting in these games is so satisfying.
Yeah, it's well done. Yeah, so Epic made Gears 1, 2, and 3.
People Can Fly made Judgment, right?
With Epic, yeah. And then the Coalition's a new studio that did this one. Nice. Now you're loaded.
Yeah, there we go.
We got about 15 minutes. And this is going to be where you jumped in with me in co-op before. So we're coming full circle, just like this game series does in this game.
Cog deactivated our access codes.
Well, we are enemies of the state.
What? Come on. Cog didn't teach you how to hack a simple access lock? Get out of the way. Excuse me.
Look, that's state-of-the-art Cog technology. I don't think... Oh, okay.
You two go get that fabricator. We'll watch the door.
I'm going too.
Oh, no, you're not. It's safer out here. Door's closing, young one. Okay? God damn it.
Let's get this heist underway.
Yep, our fabricator should be down in one of the storage bays.
Let's not talk about him at all. Just leave him behind.
Hey, there's that light again.
Best light in video games. Not
In
just the
video
game, in
games.
video games.
Whoa.
Welcome to cart control. Let's call up the lift and get started.
So we're going to see the item of choice here, aren't we?
Exactly this shape.
Let's see that fabricator up here, hopefully.
All right, now we go to the storage base. Del, you get us there. Kate, come with me.
On it.
This might be the first elevator I've seen in a video game.
Yeah, they don't do elevators very often, do they?
Now send us down.
For some reason, BioWare doesn't like doing them anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, is there a problem?
No. Just figuring out these controls.
Just waiting for the environment to load for you. How cool is that?
An elevator?
Wow.
Pretty cool, I
Hey,
guess.
what's going on up there? We losing power?
What?
Working on it.
Uncomfortable lull.
That's a lot of DBs. Hey, let's keep things moving, all right?
Yeah, I'm trying. These controls are confusing as hell. Uh-oh.
Now what?
Up and down.
Yeah, like how confusing can they be?
Tell, what the hell are you doing?
I'm sorry. The system locked me out. I cut the power to sneak back in.
Do you control this lift or not?
Yes. Kind of.
All right. And let's get the fabricator.
Yeah. So the fabricator you mentioned is very central to horde mode. Basically, with what it does is it lets you do your like set up your base of operations wherever you want to go. Oh.
I heard
Yeah, and you know, Gears horde mode in the past, you'd earn currency to buy turrets and barriers, all that stuff. That's still there, but it's all handled through this little device.
Hey, help me carry this thing.
So this is kind of like horde mode, where you can have two people carry it. She's going to be behind you if you look back, or you could just have one person drag it.
She's just walking.
Oh, she's not. Oh,
There
there
we
she
go.
goes. And then yeah, you set it up where you want it. So you kind of scope out your map in horde mode. This is not one of those scenarios. This is elevator battle.
Del, get this thing moving.
But they still use. So this is kind of like a horde mode situation, right?
You're not going to be able to build anything, though. You're going to get ammo.
Okay.
To get this thing home.
So Fabricator has, in Horde mode, you'll see 2 pages. So this is page 1 is ammo.
That might be the dorkiest.
Or in Horde mode, page 1 is your building options. Page 2 is weapons. Kind of like you're seeing here. So
I kind of
you'll
like
earn
this
currency,
Marxa.
doing well, performing well, killing enemies, collecting the currency after you kill someone. You got to go out and physically get it. And then bring it back. You got to bring it back to the Fabricator, kind of bank it.
God damn it! I'm knocked out of the system again.
We'll hack
Oh,
his way
boy.
back in.
Tracker's rolling in.
Where?
This is a fun battle. The first ever video game battle on an elevator.
All right.
Nice! 3!
Got all 3 of them.
Would be an achievement if they worked anymore.
Would it?
No.
Oh, I just kicked
I'm
it
really
right
sour
into it.
about
Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm really sour. I love achievements.
I did too. It's
Such a satisfying pop. Boop, boop.
yeah. The noise, like, I don't know. The noise on an achievement is so much more satisfying to me than the noise on a like a trophy.
Biased.
Hell yeah!
But if you've been having problems with achievements out there, let me know. Because I'm to the point of like sending a really angry email as my alt,
Whoa.
and I'll collect all that data.
As your, so you're gonna use your alt account.
And then
to do
they'll
it.
be like, well, what's your name? Andrew Reiner, Game Informer.
Gotta be choking down.
Hey, this isn't easy, man.
Just hurry up and fix it.
Oh boy.
Round 2.
Shepard's incoming.
Where is it? Oh.
And they're going to be 360 here.
This is actually Xbox One.
Oh. But didn't that first part of the prologue kind of remind you of playing Gears for the first time on 360? It was just kind of simple. Not that visually dynamic. I really like that they did that.
I'm trying. It's
I mean, it was
Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it feels really intentional that they tried to bring it back. Like, here's what Gears was, here's what Gears 2 was, here's what Gears 3.
well, Gears 1 didn't take place in that.
No, but it felt like that, right? It wasn't Pendulum War. But it
Wow.
definitely felt like that, in my opinion. The very beginning of the game.
Oh, jeez.
OG. Is that straight up a Nathan Drake line?
It did
Just-
sound kind of Nathan Drakey. I will be completely honest. All right. All right, that strategy did not
Now,
work.
picture these guys in Horde mode coming in with juvies from the Swarm, these fast-moving little troops.
Yeah, how do they interact?
Other enemies I won't mention. I don't know if they've been announced. But in Horde mode, they're all trying to kill you.
They don't fight each other?
Well, you'll see that in the game that they do, but not in Horde mode.
That's weird.
It's a separate thing, right? It's just a challenge thing.
I always liked that about like Halo when like the Flood would show up. Like the Covenant would fight them and they'd go after them. So it's kind of like a 3-way war happening.
They do that in the campaign. So you have the 3 factions that can kind of square off. But not in Horde mode. That is its own thing. Remember, you got Fabricator, dude.
I do.
Not using it.
Well, I don't have time to go through menus.
Rod Ferguson's probably watching this going, dear God, man, we made it an objective and he's not using the thing.
Oh boy.
Unlockable citizens acquired.
yes.
Just
I'm
kidding.
back in the system. Anyone need a ride up?
Yes, please.
And about 6 minutes left, Ryan.
I'm trying not to.
I want you to get to the top quick. Get it. So a bunch of
We're
new
gonna get
weapons in the
there.
game. I don't want to spoil too much, though.
Just the first hour.
Wait, whoa, go.
Oh, come on.
Stop.
I think this is a good primer for people to understand what's different about this game at this point, what we think of it. Obviously, if you want to see more, you can probably find people streaming it as we speak on Twitch. But I highly recommend you play it yourselves because it's going to be on my top 10 this year, I think. Top 10 list. Really like it. We'll see.
Too.
I mean, there's still a lot of year left. I'll put an asterisk on that. But right now, it's on there. That and Forza Horizon 3, I would say.
Two good exclusives
really
for
good
Microsoft.
exclusives. Yeah, they've had very quietly a hell of a fall so far. Yeah, you always hear about like when systems don't have anything, but when they have it, when they're flush, people are just saying, I don't want to say anything positive.
Well, that's the internet. Why would you ever say something positive?
Because games are fun and we should celebrate them and we should tell everybody about them so we get more games like this.
I would not mind more good games.
That's my platform. Games are fun. Celebrate them.
Whoa.
Unless they suck and the achievements don't work and then really become vehemently violent.
I don't recommend doing that, actually.
In your words.
Even then.
Just swear words.
I think just be
tweets with no
happy
context. Frowny faces.
Yeah,
you know, the ones
faces.
with the
I'll condone frowny faces.
the kind of the V eyebrows.
Whoa! What just happened?
You got killed by a AT-AT leg.
Holy crap.
A clamp. That is probably the first ever recorded clamp kill in Gears of War.
I think we need to just stop there. I think that's
natural selection. That's it.
Holy crap.
That's how Marcus lost his son. So that's roughly an hour of... I
was thinking about emojis.
A few minutes short of Gears of War 4. You know what? We can round this out. Go into the menu.
Options or return to main menu?
Return to main menu, and I just want to show off the cards that we mentioned very briefly so people can kind of see what we got.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
I'll take the sticks. So there are no... what did I want to say? Surprises in what the cards are. Some of the cards you get are emblems, and the worst things you can get in your packs of cards if you buy them is flags.
For countries you don't live in.
Yeah, like, why would I want that stuff? But then there's also skins for all the different weapons, and they get really goofy, My Little Pony like Rainbow Dash. But we'll just show a couple of the
Old Man Marcus. There's the big reveal right there for Marcus.
Some of the weapons don't have a lot, like these new ones just have a few.
So that's that M bar we were talking about.
Wait, I got to be careful. Oh boy. Yeah, I got to be careful maybe scrolling through the characters. So I won't do that. But that's a cool screen. But here are the class skills I was talking about where you have soldier, sniper, engineer, heavy, scout, and then the kind of multis, which there are a few. But you could see I won't read these, but you could see the bonuses they give there in the small text.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully our resolution is good enough for you to see that. But there's a bunch, and you can see here, ready to upgrade. So you can upgrade your your stuff.
Grenade plants. So like you grow them?
You do. Yeah. So, we'll just upgrade this plant up to 4 grenades. Boom. There we go.
What
and
kind
then
of climate does a
bounties.
grenade plant need?
Bounties are, there are versus bounties, which just give you XP, but they're very kind of simplistic what you need to do. Very skill-based. 10 kills, blah, blah, blah. You name it. Oh, boy, I don't want to show characters. And then horde bounties, here's where you get the different XP for doing things. Kill 500 soldiers. And then you get extra card. You start with being able to apply 1 skill card and 1 bounty.
Mm-hmm.
But as the game goes on, you can
open up
unlock more slots. I think it ends up being 5 skills at a time, which is pretty significant. So that is kind of that. And then real quick, going into the store. So here's where you buy your stuff. So I have money is earned slowly. You know, I talk about that a little in the review.
But you can earn these without having to pay real money.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you play a lot of Horde mode, you'll be fine.
The moment I hear microtransactions, I start to worry.
But you can see the prices on them. It's yeah.
Yeesh.
Hey, $20. But anyway, that is our look at Gears of War 4. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. It is a very cool game. My reviews on GameInformer.com gave it a 9.25 out of 10. And yeah, again, the most fun I've had playing it since the introduction of Horde mode.
And rest in peace, JD Phoenix, dead at the hands of a clamp.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Horrible way to go.
A great way. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.